So, good day everyone. I am Miss RAVINA, and for today's topic, it is all about the indigenous people in Visayas. The indigenous people in the Visayas are based in Antique, Capiz, Guimaras, Negros Oriental, Cebu City, and Northern Samar. The indigenous people in Antique. Antique in 2010 was 546,000, of whom 3,030 were indigenous peoples or 5.5%. They constitute the Ati, Cuyunen, and Bukidnon groups. Their main sources of livelihood are laundering from labor, handicraft, fishing, and hunting. Situation of the indigenous people. Food shortage with concomitant hunger is alarming in the Ati community. Majority of them eat twice a day, and some once a day. They are thin and frail looking. The adults combine breakfast and lunch, and the school children skip their breakfast. Inability to produce school needs is a major reason why Ati children stop going to school. Every day is a struggle for a Ati to obtain food. Hunger and shortage of food supply are the most serious problems needing immediate attention. The fact that the Atis do not plant root crops worsen the situation. The place where they live is located in a coastal area. The soil is unfit for planting. Root crops serve as their food in emergency. However, since the Atis were not able to plant this, they rely on their low income to purchase food. A daycare center and elementary schools are located in their vicinity. Another is lack of land security. The Atis are situated along a coastal area of Sitio Igkaputul. They do not own the lands where they are situated. They have been transferring several times, although they do not want to relocate. Their semi-nomadic lifestyle is due to lack of land ownership, the economic difficulties, and natural calamities. They also have been moving from one place to another due to natural calamities, particularly landslide and flood. Next is violence against women. Related to alcoholism among men is a serious issue. The community is located in the lowland where liquor shops are accessible, and then men spend money on the liquor. Most of the women have been regularly abused or beaten by intoxicated husbands. Also, poverty and income. The primary source of livelihood for the Atis are farm labor. Other sources are from laundry and nipa craft. Occasionally, they are livestock, breeders, housemaids, and hunters. Do not provide them with sufficient income. Also, none of their activities are a stable income source. To compensate for the loss of income, men usually go fishing and raise livestock during dry season. They experience economic hardship and hunger. The common economic activity among women is laundry service. For nipa craft making, they earn an average of 300 pesos per month. Hunting is a favorite economic activity. Husband and wives go to the mountain and they would know when to hunt, particularly during full moon. There is a job seeking in Negros. Due to the economic hardship, they seek opportunity in Negros, where they migrate on or work. Children were left behind in Antique without any caretaker. In child's health, there is malnutrition, which Ati children suffer from food shortage. Another is infant and child mortality. Deaths are high in Ati community. The reason behind this is absence of parental care. There is also birth registration and immunization. Some women register their births. NCIP and the local civil registry office encourage them to do so. The only reason why they failed is the inability to shoulder the cost of late registration. Majority of the women completed the immunization program of their children. In education, there is a high rate of dropping out from school due to hunger is an hindrance. Another is bullying. The Ati children and youth suffer from bullying and discrimination in school. The mother's educational attainment. The woman became particularly emotional when they recall their childhood and the reason why they are dropping out of school. The reason for this is economic hardship. They express their regret for lost opportunities. Next is the indigenous people in Capiz. Capiz had a total of 720,000 population in 2010, with an IP population of 25,200. Their main income source are broom making, farming, livestock breeding, hunting, labor in non-IP farms, charcoal making, handicraft, or buon-buon making, orchid and herbal medicine gathering. The economic reason for nomadism. Food adequacy is the most serious concern. They occasionally eat only once a day. Some only eat once the day before. Intimidation. In addition to economic reason, lack of land ownership and unbearable discrimination from lowlanders force the Ati families to move from one place to another. Maternal and child health. The children's immunization is complete. However, there is neither a health center nor regular medical missions that reach their community. Officials mentioned that they expect the Atis to go to the health services at lowland areas instead of the government extending health services to the community. All the Ati women were assisted by a traditional midwife called Hilot during delivery. Many experience having stillborn babies. Infants and child death are serious concerns. Water and sanitation. Inadequate sources of water and the distance of the available water sources are biggest problems for Atis. There are only 3 water springs and it takes about an hour to fetch water. The quantity of water being transported is limited. This affects their hygienic practices. They wash their clothes and take a bath only 1 to 3 times a week. None has a sanitary toilet, many have an open pit toilet, and the rest do not have toilet at all. The indigenous people in Guimaras. The Atis of Guimaras constitute 3.8% of the total province population. They are involved in craft making, hunting, gathering, and paid labor. In fact, the government and private sectors have been interacting with the Atis and assisting the community through health seminars, livelihood projects, relief operations, educational assistance, and vocational training among others. The Atis are likely emigrants from Antique who intended to seek jobs in haciendas in Negros but were restrained in Guimaras. Presently, there is no definite ancestral domain in the province. Poverty and income. They have multiple income sources and different livelihood sources from more than 4 different economic activities like gathering herbal plants and medicines, making and selling handicrafts, hunting and planting, and gathering root crops. But it is still not enough. The LGUs and NCIP have been implementing several livelihood programs and projects. The children at risk. The Ati language. Some of their culture are in danger of disappearing, including their language. Also, alcoholism. It is prevailing in the Ati community. Drinking among men has been a problem because of the violence against women has become infrequent. There are 2 groups of indigenous people in Negros Occidental, the Ati or Ata or Magahat and the Bukidnon. They normally work in haciendas, farm, or make handicrafts. They mostly stay in the upland hiking plains, hills, and covered footpaths. The Atas in Bae City originated from Mabinay, Negros Oriental. They were forced to seek other lands because of poverty in the area. The Ati families have been there for about 15 years. The Atas of Mabinay are believed to have come who occupied the island of Negros during the pre-Hispanic time and are considered to be the last of the remaining groups who inhabited areas of Mabinay. There is a sense of hopelessness. The Ata woman appeared unenergetic and tired. Under the hacienda system, there is no possibility of ownership of the land. This reality gives them hopelessness, leading to dependence on the monetized or cash-based economy. Hilot or traditional birth attendant. Delivery is assisted by Hilots are there at home. It is attributed to their accessibility, affordability of their services, and cultural appropriateness. Houses are clustered far from each other, sometimes as far as the mountain. When the Hilots gets to the house, she looks at the eyes of the cat, and from that she can determine if the baby is ready to come out. The average daily income is 50 pesos during dry season and 120 pesos during rainy season, which are respectively 15 and 36% of the average daily income of Central Visayas region. They normally work on the farm for 8 hours, from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. for 5 days a week. So that would be all. Thank you.